I'm just going to be real. Like, I don't understand people who are going to comment on this and try to justify it.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Noah.
In today's video, we're talking about the ugly truth behind Kamala Harris, who you guys all saw now. She is the vice presidential nominee and perhaps will be
the president.
Future president.
Biden himself has said.
What did he say?
I watched him. He said, she's a great pick and I have no doubt that she could be president because, you know, we got to think about that stuff because I'm old. And everyone started laughing. He goes, no, guys, I'm serious.
Anyway, she is a very hot topic right now. And we have Noah here. Why do we have Noah with us today, Morgan?
Noah, why do we have you here?
I'm a young conservative. I'm really big with politics and I'm very strong on my stances about it, and I'm just excited to talk about this with you guys.
We're glad you're here, Noah. We've gotten into some really good conversations, and he is just a very impressive, fiery young patriot. Most people his age, in their teens, they're off in La La Land thinking about random stuff and video games, and Noah is very engaged in the political discourse. He's got some strong opinions, and that's why we're happy he's here.
And that's one of the reasons I started doing politics and stuff on TikTok and sharing my stuff on Instagram, is because most kids my age hear socialist ideologies, and I mean, I just want to share my conservative ideology so people know the truth about conservatives and what we actually stand for.
Make sure you subscribe. We make videos on culture and social issues from a Christian perspective to help you have hope.
And be free. I'll say it for both of us, Noah. So guys, real quick, as you've seen, we've been taking on a variety of topics and some are really heavy. This video may get demonetized, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm sure more will be in the future as well. If you want to support us in continuing to make this type of content, consider becoming a patron. We'll put the link below. We'd love to have you guys, and it helps us continue to do this. We love our patrons, and we'll be doing a Zoom call with you guys shortly. We'll let you know.
Okay, let's talk about Kamala. We're going to talk specifically about her abortion stance. She is the most radically, I wrote this down because I want to get it right. She is the most radically pro-abortion candidate to run for VP or president in the history of our country.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at the state of the Democratic Party if you guys watch some of those Democratic debates, and it's just the most radical Democratic Party by far.
Yeah.
That we've ever seen.
Especially with having people like AOC and Nancy Pelosi on her side. Yeah, that's scary when it comes to all the unborn babies.
All right, so I'm going to read off a few things, a few facts that I found, and I'm also going to link a few articles that I found because I thought they were really good.
And Morgan, as you're getting into these articles, like, the thing about Kamala Harris, a lot of young people, and Noah, I'm sure, has encountered this, being on TikTok, being on Instagram, a lot of young people, I think, are kind of like, they're like, oh, Kamala Harris, she's such an exciting, possibility of being the VP. She's young, she's hip. She's articulate. Even, some casual Christians, I think, are like, this is just exciting. Let's vote Kamala.
She's gonna be the first woman in office. She's black. She is hip and chill. She's making history,
diverse.
So we need to stand behind her.
So I think that's one of the reasons we're like, okay, let's talk about Kamala. Let's bring it back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, especially, I think this really is for people who are claiming to be Christians, who are saying that they're walking with the Lord, and yet you're like legitimately thinking about voting for Biden and Kamala. And I think that this is the number one reason why you should never vote for her, is because of her stance on abortion. So she has voted several times to repeal the Hyde Amendment, which has saved over 2 million lives from abortion. In 2016, Harris ordered that David, I don't know his last name, Daleiden home be raided after he exposed Planned Parenthood for selling baby body parts. So you guys know about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I was talking to Noah about it, the other day.
It's pretty disgusting. I was reading, I think it has something tied into this, but I was reading some articles and I found out that like some vaccines were being looked into having baby parts in them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a proven thing, that there are aborted fetus cells in vaccines.
Which is disgusting, by the way.
Yes,
it should make you think twice about vaccines. I'm not saying you have to be like, okay, I'm hate vaccines now, but it should make you think twice about them.
Yeah.
Makes me think twice, for sure. Briefly explain what happened with this 2016.
So in 2016, there were 2 civilian journalists, is what they call them. I can't remember who they worked with, but they went undercover and went into Planned Parenthood and filmed, had cameras on their bodies, hiding whatever, hidden cameras, and filmed and got a ton of proof that, like, literally got people from Planned Parenthood talking and saying, yeah, we can sell a heart for $600, we can sell a baby's brain for this much, we can sell blah, blah, blah.
Of babies that were aborted.
Yes, and so, like, he got all this information and they released it to the public. I don't know if you guys remember seeing videos and things like that, but Kamala Harris, was the prosecutor or DA?
It happened in California.
San Francisco. And she is the DA, and she, instead of going after Planned Parenthood, after they literally came out and said, we're selling human body parts, she did not go after them. She went after the reporter. She had his house raided.
Is any of that mischaracterizing what happened? You bring to light clearly illegal and appalling and immoral behavior by Planned Parenthood, and then you become the target of a criminal investigation.
They got a highly political search warrant to conduct a political raid on my home. By the way, it's black letter California law that you are not supposed to get a search warrant to seize the unpublished materials of a journalist, whether citizen journalist, professional journalist, but that's what Kamala Harris went ahead and did.
Yeah, like, you know, people talk about being one-issue voters, and I get that. Like, there's more things that we can look at and should look at. But if we're talking about murdering innocent babies, murdering innocent lives, like, in my opinion, that better be the biggest issue, because that's like the thing that's in our faces.
For sure. And that is like probably my number one reason why I am conservative. And I see all these stories on Instagram from my Democratic friends saying, why is coronavirus or Black Lives Matter? Why is all that political? Well, why is abortion political? Yeah. I mean, it's biologically proven and scientifically proven that a fetus is a human life. I mean, there's no way you can disprove that. I don't know why abortion is a political topic. I think it's straight up just horrible.
Yeah, I remember you said that around your dad, and your dad goes, Money.
That's money, Noah.
And that just, it shows with Kamala Harris, she was given $81,000 that year towards her some campaign that she was running, and Planned Parenthood donated $81,000 to her. That's just insane.
That should make it should make you think. When Planned Parenthood is donating to your,
thousands upon thousands of dollars to a person, like, why would they stand up against Planned Parenthood? They're getting bank.
So, Morgan, real quick on the last story, the interesting thing was a similar thing happened in California under her jurisdiction.
DA.
Under her.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where some undercover people went into, like, animal places to expose cruelty to animals, which that's fine as well. Like, I don't want to be cruel to animals.
Yeah.
That happened, and Kamala Harris gave them a pass. I don't have all the story, but was like giving them big thumbs up for their work.
For the journalists.
The journalists that went undercover once again and exposed animal cruelty. She was totally okay with that, but when it came to exposing baby human cruelty, selling body parts, she completely went after her for doing the detective undercover work there.
She is okay when it fits her agenda.
Continue, Morgan.
She has repeatedly voted to make abortion legal through all 9 months of pregnancy. Oh. Not even just that, she is...
I know what you're about to say. Yeah. I saw a post on Facebook, and you can remember when this was a big topic, and it still is, but, what if a baby, they attempt to abort the baby and something goes wrong, and so the baby ends up coming out alive. The big debate, and it's horrific that this was a debate. It's sick, guys, but the debate was the baby comes out alive because of a failed abortion attempt. What do we do? And Kamala Harris was one who voted to let the babies just
basically just lay on the table.
Lay on the table screaming until they die. Like, we don't help them. Guys, like, are you hearing this?
They're 9 months old in the womb. They come out, they're alive, they're breathing, they are capable of surviving if you just help them out. That's like a 1 month old out of the womb baby falling into a pool, drowning. You stand there and watch it happen.
It is
you go to prison.
horrific.
But coming out of the womb, like, what?
And Ben Shapiro made a good argument on this. He said if a baby is out of the womb and you stab it in the chest, it's first-degree murder. But if you kill it in the womb, it's a human right. And one thing I don't understand is in the 3rd trimester, it can live without the mother. And I don't know why Democrats are especially okay with killing it in the 3rd trimester, but especially after it's born, like, that is for sure its own body, even though it is in the 1st or 2nd trimester. And I don't understand, again, why Democrats are okay with pushing for this. I mean, it is definitely human life.
It is truly hard to understand.
I'm just gonna be real, like, I don't understand people who are gonna comment on this and try to justify it. I just wonder, like, have you people have the people who, you know, are so for abortion and so for pro-choice, have you guys sat down and watched video after video of abortions happening?
Unplanned.
Like, do you know what's going?
Unplanned is a good movie.
Haven't even seen that one yet.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
it's such a
we
good
need
movie.
to see that. It's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story. It's about this lady who worked in Planned Parenthood, and she got called back to help perform an abortion. And then she saw how it happened, and she was weeping, and she was crying. And then she started working for a pro-life organization and stuff like that.
Abby Johnson.
It's Abby
is her
Johnson.
name. She had no idea what an abortion really was, and when she finally saw it really truly happening, like, it hit her so hard she could no longer be a part of anything like that.
And one thing that pro-choicers like to bring up is that the adoption care is, like, so messed up. But personally, I would rather be an adoption than be dead. I mean, that's just where I stand on it. Personally, I would. And I have multiple friends, family, my dad and my uncle, they were all in the adoption care system. Just thinking that he could have been aborted or stuff like that.
So your dad actually was adopted?
Yeah, my dad was adopted, so was my uncle. I mean...
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so happy to have him in my life as well. It's like,
we are too.
His
His
dad is one of my favorites. I'm thankful that he made it through adoption, and he's fairly normal.
Fairly normal.
He can be a little weird sometimes, but he's awesome. He's awesome.
I know that this is a hot topic. I know that people are like, well, how dare you vote for Trump? He's horrible and a sexist and a racist and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
Bibbidi boppity.
would encourage you to do more research and to also just look at, I don't know, for me, this is just me, when it comes to abortion, when it comes to being okay with just letting a baby die on a table, if that is where it comes to, I'm just being okay with that. I could never vote for a woman or human that is okay with that. It's disgusting.
This is where, like, some of my facts come in about abortion. The reason that I'm so pro-life is because 95, like, there was a study done with like 5,000 plus biologists, and 95% of them believe that life began at conception. A lot of Democrats like to bring up the fact that they like to say, well, it's cellular life. Well, I asked them, what's a cell? And a cell is one of the smallest forms of life, as we know. They're like, so that still means a cellular life. And I'm like, well, what are the cells of a fetus made up of? And they're made of unique human DNA strands separate from the mother and the father. That just shows that they're the same build as us. I mean, I'm literally a clump of cells made of unique human DNA strands separate from my mother and father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
The only difference is they are in the womb and I'm out of the womb.
It truly is a mind-boggling argument when Democrats or whoever are saying it's a woman's right to choose, it's a woman's body. Again, it's 95% of the scientists, of the biologists are saying, no, like, this is its own entity. It's a unique human separate from the woman. And yet there's still, like, Democrats, they're going all in that it is still the woman's body. That's not science. It's not backed by science. Like, you guys are the party of science, supposedly. That's kind of what you say.
They are the party of science when it fits their agenda.
Correct.
When it fits their agenda.
Drop that mic. Boom.
If you disagree with climate change, they call you anti-science. But then when you bring up that it's scientifically alive, the fetus, I mean, they tell you that you're wrong.
They move to emotion and practicality. It's not practical. It's not feasible to raise this child. It's going to be a worse life to give them a chance. Go ahead and abort them.
Yeah.
How about give them a chance?
I just hate that argument. It would be a worse life to
How
let
about
them
give them a
live.
chance?
Like, I know that the adoption process is crazy, and we need to work on that. Like, let's work on that to pass laws that make adoption easier, cheaper, and better. But, like, to just immediately, like, skip that and go straight to, well, no, let's just kill them because it'll be easier for them. That would be better for that child to just let them die.
You look at scripture, I believe it was one of the prophets, Isaiah, and then David also repeats this. God talking, saying, before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. Like, I had special plans for your life. That right there, and then these people are coming in making the case that, oh, it's not a baby, it's the part of the mother.
Why do you get to play God? Why does Kamala get to play God?
What Democrats do like to say a lot, and I know I'm bringing up Democrats in this a lot. I mean, it's obviously the Democrats that are pro-choice. And there are obviously some Democrats that aren't pro-choice. There are obviously some that are pro-life. But one thing a lot of Democrats like to say is, well, if it's using my body for nutrients and for its living stances, why can't I just kill it? Well, if you have a baby that's born and you just sit it there, I mean, obviously the baby's not going to live. It still needs you for it.
Yeah, exactly. Take a baby out of the womb when it's viable and whatnot can live on its own technically. It still can't technically live on its own. It needs the mother's milk. It needs nutrients. It needs caretaking.
Yeah.
And you know something else that's crazy is in certain states, or maybe all states, I don't know, but like it is illegal to harm like eagle eggs, certain animal species, going back to the hypocrisy of
It's insane.
of animals and the way that our country protects, the way that Kamala protects the animals. Do not touch their eggs. And yet we can rip babies from inside of the mother's womb
Yeah.
and let them die when they're outside.
Yeah, I would just encourage you guys who, maybe are still just trying to figure things out. Go watch Unplanned, the movie. Go watch some videos on an abortion and see how you feel about it afterwards. It's horrifying.
We want to allow for other viewpoints. It's hard not to, I mean, there are some topics
That you just can't not get passionate about.
that you can't not get passionate and just start preaching in a sense, and this is one of those.
Comment below and let us know what you thought about our thoughts and opinions. Did you know this stuff about Kamala? Is there anything that surprised you? Let us know.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed having Noah, the young conservative patriot, on the channel. And guys, as we already mentioned, Noah is on TikTok. He's making a lot of conservative, sometimes controversial, edgy content on there.
A lot of the time.
If you're on TikTok, go follow him. What's your handle?
It's conservative_teen.
There you go.
There you go. We'll link it below. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We love you. God bless you. Have hope.
And be
Free.
free!
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Noah.
And this is the Paulandmorganshow. Try it again.
Wow!